All right, we are live, and changes are afoot. We had a late minute cancellation. Randy from the Lions Den, who was going to be joining us and the kind of introduction to the VC, can't make it. He's got some family stuff going on, so hopefully we'll get him back, like maybe in 2 weeks or a month from now. So coming in at last minute, we got Jeff Witcher.
You
Final
mean
break.
that wasn't your first choice?
You were our first choice after Randy couldn't make it.
You're our first B plan.
Yes. And then we have Julio Iglesias making a special appearance. Julio, thank you for dropping by. Where are you in Brazil? Where are you at?
In Vertigo.
What the hell are you doing there, Julio?
Hey, where's your high end tripod there?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, can you hear us? He moved the
I don't
shit.
think he can.
He moved the shit around, and now he can't hear us.
He must not be able to see you either.
No. Okay. Okay, he signed out, and maybe
Right.
maybe
Well,
he'll come back.
that was Mike, MGK Boston
Yeah,
slash
that was-
Buffalo. It's good to see him and talk out and
There he is. He said,
He at least he had some interesting things to say before he left.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Let's see. Here he is. Is he back?
Hey guys,
There we go.
I lost you. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I
There.
think when
I
you
lost
when you knocked it over, blame it on Colton. Did Colton knock it over? I don't know.
No, Colton, he's napping. He's all right,
Okay.
but I'm back. I'm back.
There's Marcia.
Hey, Marcia.
Oh, Marcia, nice.
Yes. So an attendee of the inaugural MGK Bash didn't get to
Yes.
steer this year. What the hell happened to him again?
It's Julio. He's
Yeah. All right.
dedicate all the ones that he's loved before, and he had to go leave to
All right.
dedicate another one.
Maybe he disconnected the Wi-Fi a little too early before the move. And
Here we go. Back again. Back
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to figure out on my phone how to see the peanut gallery as well as see you guys, and I can't seem to get it to work.
On the phone, I don't think
on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's that? What's that, Trevor?
I think on the phone, I don't know if you can see it that way, or have you done it before and you've seen it?
No, I haven't. So
Okay.
whatever.
Well, Steve's an expert at keeping the comments up, and
I normally read out the comments, so
Yeah, Steve does a good job at that. I'm just grabbing my hat.
hold hand.
there you go.
So we get to see Mike's crap.
Yeah.
Or Julio's.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, one of our topics tonight was going to be rehashing the MGK Bash 2.0. And since Randy's not here, then let's see. Well, Mike, why don't you start? Because you said you're only hanging around for a bit. You got to get to bed.
Yeah. So I mean, how would you like to approach the recap, Steve?
I don't know. It's just your thoughts. I mean, was it what you had expected? I mean, you had last year, so you kind of knew what it was going to be like. Was Buffalo not? I'm saying because of the people, but was Buffalo better than Boston because of the logistics, the way things went, things were planned out?
So exactly, Steve. What you just said there, logistics was number one here. The way Buffalo is situated compared to Boston, it's not the angry Boston traffic for Anthony, our friend. So having where we were here at the apartment here at the mansion as I call it, that was the kind of the base, main base, and we went from here. We didn't have to deal with traffic. The most traffic was probably from the airport hotel, Trevor, from your hotel downtown. That was like 20 minutes, right?
It was nothing.
It was
Traffic there is nothing. No.
Compared to where I live, it's nothing.
yeah. I mean, and so on the Wednesday, it was great. That first dinner at that Italian restaurant we went to, Steve, and thank you for picking up the tab. All people in the
My
vinyl
pleasure.
community. Steve is one of the most generous people you could ever meet. So anyway, we started that night with Randall Nelson, Brian, no gluten, embryonic, no logo. Um, Jack the Vinyl Martini, Patty was there, of course. It was just a great dinner at that intimate Italian restaurant. And then Thursday, it was more. It just seemed it was more localized. I know, Steve, you weren't there last year in Buffalo or in Boston rather, but this year it just seemed, Trevor, and you can agree with me or not, and Jeff too, because Jeff was stuck way down in New Bedford last year in Boston. The distance. Um, did it feel better this year, guys, that we felt more local?
Oh yeah, I think for sure. I think what was great this time is that everybody was together. We weren't like, the group of us over in New Bedford and then you guys over here and then Anthony's over there. I mean, it just kind of felt like we were only together for, unfortunately, we ended up having to leave earlier last time, and so the amount of time we spent with everybody was maybe like 3 hours, whereas this time the entire trip we were all together, we were hanging out together, we were going to record stores together, we were going to bars and out to eat
And shopping at Walmart.
I mean, in the first year, EMS, there was not one EMS call the first year.
Right.
So already,
we had embryonic EMS.
Yes. Yeah. That was he's literally the fall guy.
So Marcia says, "Tell me what I missed, Mike." So I mean, you're kind of doing that. So
A little bit during when Brian had that unfortunate episode, I thought I was helping when I said to the MT he has a gluten allergy. And he said that's not relevant.
okay, yeah, I may look like a doctor, but I'm not one. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
and
But
then
no, I just thought, and Steve, like the starting on Wednesday, going through the weekend, I just thought is a great idea. Instead of one event, make it 3 days, like a festival kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean it. Like Jeff was saying, I mean, because I didn't, like I said, I wasn't there last year, so I don't know how much time you guys spent with each other. But it was 12 hours every day, pretty much. It was from 9 to 9, pretty much every day.
Yeah, Steve. Last year was nothing like that as far as time together. It was just sporadic, and this is Buffalo is more conducive to where it's closer, as you've seen. Everything's walking. We can do this stuff even where we are at the house, where I'm eventually going to be living next month. Um, Everything is walking. It's just
Right.
great, and I can't wait to host next year in the house. That room, holy shit!
Yeah.
It has come together. I don't even know where. So I thought of a funny idea, Steve, because as Patty, as now you are now co-chair. So Jeff Witcher, I don't know if you know about this, but Steve is a bit of a control guy like Patty. So she immediately picked Steve when we were at the taco place on Saturday. Steve took control, as Patty said, paraphrasing. He took control of the line, helped me out, guiding people through. He is the co-chair.
Yeah. So Mike is just there as arm candy for Patty now.
Yeah.
That's basically it. But in the room, Steve, in the room, the attic room, I'm thinking of having a cool little corner room where David Atkinson does his 5 minute or 5 questions. I'm gonna have like a little therapy corner.
Right.
That
Yeah.
that room is so big. I could do like a little theme corner for the weekend next July.
He could sit in one corner, the other person could sit in the other corner, and he could have his 75-foot stick, in our faces, with his camera.
It's like 300 feet coming at you. You know.
Right.
Greg from Three Dimensions says, hello, esteemed gentlemen. I was extremely bummed that I was unable to attend. Yeah, we missed you, Greg. I was really hoping.
Yeah, I missed Greg big time, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
So,
But props to Patty, because I don't know how many spouses would be okay with an invasion of record nerds just sort of descending, and that many
yeah.
of us do, you know, having to be hospitable to you know, that many people when you guys are trying to move, and you obviously, you know, are busy with that, and then here all of us come into town, and you know, you guys were, it was just a tremendous all the way around. I mean, it was I definitely, I've told anybody who asks, I thought this year far exceeded even my expectations, because I knew it would be cool, but I didn't think it would be as cool as it was. And it was like off the charts cool as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and I've been asked, what was better, last year or this year, and I do have to say Jeff and I, we were talking about this because we had, a 4-hour drive to, hang out,
A
going
lot of
from
quality
Buffalo
card
back
time.
to Michigan. But it was, to me, it was just, they were just different. Definitely with Buffalo, the things to do were definitely more, and all of us being in a group together to go do that. Because, yeah, I mean, as great as, Purchase Street going there was, that was fun, but there was a handful of us. And, I know Jeff and Gary and JC went on a little separate excursion there. And like you said, and those guys, they were only at the main party for a few hours. But yeah, it's just, the more people showing up, different people showing up this time. Yeah, it was different, but they were both fantastic. But yeah, like you were saying, Mike, everything, the walking distance was great, especially after those meals we had to walk.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a big part, or a big difference between last year and this year. It was the walking, because I mean, like you said, Mike, Buffalo's a walking city, and we spent a lot of time together just walking, because we did a lot of walking. I know that the one day I had to do 10 miles. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, true. I mean, and while you're doing that, you're talking, you're conversing, you're just getting to know each other. And the really funny, when we did that walk, I can't remember. I think that was Thursday morning, Steve. We walked up Delaware Avenue and went by that funeral home. Am I
Mhm.
gone?
Am I going? Yeah.
That it's a Greek name apparently, Amigone, but it looks like Am I Gone?
Going, yeah.
Even Embryonic found that quite hilarious.
All right. Richard here says, Richard Vinyls Tap House says, hi all. Sorry I'm late. Hey, Richard, couple times I have put in your comments that I want to get your email or whatever, because I don't think you have it on your channel.
Well, Richard, you can get a hold of me, and I'll forward Steve your email.
Yeah.
We're friends on Facebook.
Oh, okay. We want to get you on here, but also I had some VCLT I wanted to send you, so I need your address. So, here's Greg says, Buffalo is so drivable from Pittsburgh, so close it was a heartbreak. I know how you feel, Greg. I last year I was so bummed out. I mean, as every day was getting closer and closer, I was coming to the realization that I wasn't going to be able to go. That my cold was just getting worse and worse, and apparently Mike's birthday is when I get my summer cold every year, because by the time I got back from Buffalo that Wednesday, I caught a cold and it hung on for like 2-3 weeks.
Well, yeah, we blamed Emma.
We blamed Emma, yeah, because then she got Anthony sick when she went out to Boston. So, not so much a channel says, hey, greetings from ridiculously cold Australia. Oh,
well,
yeah. Sure, yeah.
So let me ask a question. To the three of you guys that were here.
Yeah.
Is there any funny one-liner or sort of one moment that you remember that made you laugh out loud that you could share, that you can
Yeah.
recollect?
Well, my favorite moment came when we were in. It was that first night. We were at that restaurant.
The Italian place. It was really great.
Not that place, but I'm talking Thursday when there were more people there. Okay.
Oh yeah. We were at 40 Thieves, that bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So Gary and his wife Amy had been there a while, and I'm standing there talking to just Amy. I know Gary had wandered off, and I said to her, I said, "So what do you think of this whole VC thing?" And she says, at first I thought it was a cult. She says, "I still do, but it's a harmless one." So
Yeah, that's what Brian Embryonic. That's what his wife, partner, whatever, Cecile. She said, Brian, it's a cult.
But I mean, she's partially right in a way.
Yeah, but at least it's a friendly cult, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty inclusive.
So, Jeff, any thoughts? I can't wait to hear from you.
Can you hear us, Jeff?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Was that a? I'm sorry. Was
Yeah, I mean,
I can't hear
funny
Mike
line
that
or
well. It sounds
whatever.
like it's coming through a transistor radio.
Oh, okay.
So, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
No, just any funny comment that you remember from the weekend. Something really funny that you remember someone said, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the excitement the day of the party, or the Colton Awards. I think that was probably one of my highlights, is seeing everybody get their Colton Award, which was great.
Showing off. Steve's showing Jeff.
Yeah, all the hijinks, the taco place, the bars, the record stores, Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Amazing. I loved. First time on the American side. I've always just seen it on the Canadian side, but that was a real fun trip.
Yeah, so guys, I'm wondering next year. I think for $30 that excursion. I think it's a really it's a in and out fun. Do you think I think we do it again?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's something that could get old.
And
No
I
Maybe,
will,
way.
I don't know.
and I will pass again. You walked with me, Mike, in very misty rain. You know how I feel about getting wet. So I will not be at the Niagara Falls excursion.
I felt at home.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So here's a funny note about that. So Jack he held back and didn't go either. Jack the Vinyl Martini, he didn't come on the excursion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he held back and said, "Hey, I'll meet everybody when you guys come back." So I'm coming off the excursion, and everybody's kind of in a big group. We go up that big elevator and all that shit. And Atkinson says to me, "When we see Jack, you need to tell him this was the best experience you've ever had in your life. Like it's fantastic." So he wanted to build it up. So we walk up, and literally Jack says, "Oh, how was it, guys?" And Atkinson, exquisite. I've never experienced anything like it. You missed it. It was so funny. Like basically, why didn't you do it? Right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me catch up here. Richard, yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Trevor.
Yeah. Just send it to me messenger.
Here's Gary. Both yours were great. Different vibe. I enjoyed this last one immensely because of the extra time together with everyone, and I thought Amy fit in well with everyone. Yep.
Amy was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, and by the end of the trip, everyone was like, "I'm so glad Amy brought Gary."
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Here's Twanger. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Good evening, gentlemen. Hi to everyone in the peanut gallery. And here's Gary again. I loved all the lunches, dinners together.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Totally.
Yeah. I know I had asked you, Mike. I don't. May have been the last day there, and I don't know if you've given it any more thought, but what's going to be the cutoff? What is the comfort level for number of people attending?
Oh, I really don't have a cutoff. I mean, I'm at a point, and I mentioned this to Patty. So since we moved to Buffalo, we watch the local news at 6 o'clock, like we're senior citizens. And I
Yeah.
said, wouldn't it be a funny thing if I phoned in and said, hey, how about a little nice, regular, nice true to life story, the violent community. People came to Buffalo, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Human interest story.
human
Yeah.
interest story. So I'm thinking, like, hey, I mean, how many we had this year? Probably total 15, and spouses, girlfriend, whatever. I don't know, like 40, 50. I mean, Steve, what are you forecasting, Steve?
I wouldn't be surprised if you were near 40. Yeah.
Oh, we'll soon find out.
Yeah.
I know a few people like Craig, um, our friend down in Tennessee. I think he's thinking of coming up.
Right.
Of course, we're gonna have Richard's Vinyl Tap House. He's another one.
I'm sure Greg will make it next year too.
Yeah. So Craig at three dimensions. So
Yeah.
I have a great. I was actually doing the trim, finishing that up in the man cave, and I thought of Greg at 3 dimensions. I thought great intro as he walks up the stairs next July. I'd say, Greg, welcome to the 4th dimension.
Gary's got a comment here. Most heard comment. I didn't realize Jeff Witcher was so tall.
Well,
Yeah, true.
So that's
true,
the
right?
first one. The second comment is, I thought he'd be funnier. Thought he'd be crazier.
I
No,
always.
but to go along with your human interest story for the news, I mean, they could come to like one of the stores with us, show us an
Totally.
action with the and that helps out the stores. I mean, hell, we probably at least put them in the black that day, both those stores,
Yeah,
showing
so
up.
Trevor, the guy Quinn, the owner at Black Dots, he was like,
Yeah.
when I was leaving, he was like, "Thank you so much, Mike." Like, I thought Black Dots inventory served the group better. I mean, he had a bigger.
Yeah, I bought more at Black Dot than I did at
Shout out to Black Dots.
Revolver.
A revolver. Yeah, there you go, Trevor.
Yeah, that was me. Me too. I spent more at Black Dot. I found more at Black Dots. I thought that was great. I love the fact you have a bar right there in the record store.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff, you bought here's something funny. I thought you bought a Dead Kennedys album at Revolver, and then you bought one at Black Dot.
Yeah, I bought one at both. I bought the Plastic Surgery, one at Revolver, and then I got Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables at Black Dots.
Yeah, for sure. Really good. So how did they sound? If you listen to them? No, I just wondered how they sounded. Have you listened to them?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like when I got home, I had not only the records that I bought while I was in Buffalo, but then Aaron and Josh both sent me like boxes of records too. So it was like the day I got, the day I got back, like I left to go out of town for a week. So when I got back, it was just like Christmas morning, opening like all these records, and it was really over the top.
That Sunday that we were driving, I mean, you were just in a vehicle literally all day because we had to drop you off at your car. You had to go home, and then you guys went out west.
Yeah, drove 3.5 hours to go to the west side of the state.
All right, Richard says, looking forward to MGK 2026. Really want to make it happen this time. Getting it booked. That's why I say, I mean, okay, Richard's going to be there. These are assuming all these people can make it and everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have Richard's additional, Greg,
Tony. I think Tony too from the trunk, Steve too.
Tony. All right. Did I say Anthony's coming? Right, because he's going to come.
Anthony, yeah, he's switching his.
Right.
He's already moved that.
So he's going to be there. There's 4 people right there. So I mean,
We got to get Josh to come back.
Get who?
Josh.
oh, you
Yeah.
got to get Chris Prophy down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got to make his. We got to pop his cherry in this thing.
I mean, it's in his
Oh.
state.
So, Steve, your co-host Patty
Yeah.
has an idea. So Lloyd's Taco started with a food truck instead of the brick and mortar.
Okay.
So we're gonna probably have
That's
them
gonna
come
do.
a food truck in front of the house.
Well, Grace will love that. She loved Lloyd's.
It's Lloyd. There is no S. It's Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd. It's a Michigan thing, right, Jeff?
Which I don't get. Why is that not? I've never seen a restaurant that wasn't plural.
Right.
No, it could be apostrophe. Apostrophe S.
Yeah, but there is no S in Lloyd. It's just Lloyd.
It's just Lloyd. It's Lloyd's
Anyway.
place.
All right, here's
Steve.
Marcia says she's tentative for next year.
Oh, right on.
Very good.
That's great. Good to hear.
Great. Great says, I cannot wait to see Mike's place. 4th dementia. Oops. And Twanger says, Mike, did you lose a tooth painting or what? Or just drunk?
No. Just had a couple of here.
Couple of beers, and I think he's a little tired. He's sleep deprived, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working every weekend, basically. It's 10 hours painting, and that's it. And the girls left really early this morning. Caroline went back to university.
Right.
I took them to the airport at 6 a.m.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I say, 40 would not surprise me if that ends up being the number next year. So,
Yeah.
You better book your hotel now.
Yeah, speaking of additional people, Twanger's Turntable. Mark, come on down.
Yeah, he's in Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be great to see. Great.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
He'd be an awesome hang.
I know I will. I'll stay at the same hotel. I know that.
Yeah, Steve, your hotel, you and Dave Atkinson had the prime location right beside New Era, Patty's headquarters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the hotel Jeff and I stayed at. We had, that butler.
Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's Emma. She says Salvatore will be there.
Yeah, Emma,
it just wouldn't be the same without him.
Right.
Emma said he was like the greeter there, the mascot.
Yeah.
Twanger says, I get it, buddy. I just drove the grandsons home. I'm exhausted. I'd love to drop down. Yep.
Plan it out.
Richard, it's going to be mayhem, Buffalo takeover, riots, debauchery.
Yeah, for sure.
Cats and dogs getting along.
Gary says, with that camera angle, Mike, you look like a giant pumpkin.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Halloween costume.
Yeah, I was actually looking at this. It's not my Oscar moment, right?
No.
To feature it out. I look like it's like my 600-pound life or something.
So do you guys do the same thing next year then, Trevor? You fly into Detroit and Jeff, you guys ride down together?
Possibly. I mean, because usually, well, not usually because it's the first time we did it. See, if I do it that way, then I can, leave Grace at the in-laws. And then, I don't know. We'll see how that's going to work out next year.
Oh, and Emma, if you're still there, if you want, the offer's open. Next year I'm driving for a number of reasons. But
Steve, you're going to bring a bunch of records to sell.
Yeah, I'm going to bring a bunch of records. I'm probably going to bring, I'm guessing, 300-400 albums. And then, because there's just ones I'm going to get rid of my purge. So if anybody wants to buy them, they can. I mean, they will be discounted very cheaply. So, but Emma, if you don't want to fly, you can drive to my house and then just ride with me to Buffalo if you want to. Let me know.
I'll buy your Sex Pistols off you.
Yeah, I know he wants to get rid of that.
I'll be
So
getting rid of that. Yes, that is one of the ones I'll be getting rid of.
Will you
So.
be in Arizona this time next year? Or would
No,
you?
I mean our house should be done this November, but because my wife doesn't turn 65 until next November, we're not moving down there till then. So I'll still be here come July. I'll be going down a number of times during the course of the year, but we're not going to move down there fully until next November. No, Mark, I don't know if you just heard. Yeah, I'll be driving from Chicago. So, Mike, are the dates set? Yeah, it's July 20th. That's the day of the
uh,
party.
yeah, so whatever the
Yeah,
consecutive Saturday is,
yeah.
I,
It's
I
it, it's the 20th because remember I already had the T-shirt design and it's
that's
got
correct. So Steve, it's staying completely linear. We're not deviating from that
yeah,
uh, glide path. So we're doing that.
yeah. I can't. I don't
So
have.
Pat, at that point, I'm really excited because the house will be really settled by then. It's such a great house to host and like have a party. It's going to be fantastic.
What what would you guess is the size of your backyard?
Oh, it's not a big backyard. It's a city yard, so it's
Yeah.
basically it's all hardscape. Um, Probably capacity about 20 back there.
Okay.
It's fenced in, but the front we have the giant porch, and
Right.
then yeah, there's plenty of room. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'd seen the man cave. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
you
with all the
you
stuff
fit
in
20
it,
people up there.
but
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room to host a party here. I'm not worried about it.
right
There's
on.
Emma says sounds good. I'm definitely planning on being there next year.
Cool.
Awesome, good, great news. It was great
Richard
to meet
got
up.
it. Richard says got it. Thanks. Gonna start looking for deals. Yeah.
Yeah, start
Yeah,
looking.
I'm hoping my wife might want to join too. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, so that was the thing Patty said as well. Like it was so great that a couple of spouses, came. Um, embarrassment of riches. He brought his wife Tasha was there. Um, Gary, and Amy. Just bring her along. Carol should come.
Yeah, well, and she was saying it's just like, well, 'cause obviously when we were all talking, that's when Grace all of a sudden went to being teenager and just going on her phone
Yeah,
because yeah, it to outsiders, yeah, all that talk is probably super boring, but I was saying to Carol, other wives are going to be there, you know, and she's pretty personable, easygoing. So we'll see. I can't guarantee it because with our small farm of dogs here, it's that's a extra expense to have someone come and watch them. But yeah, I mean, I want her to come along because I mean, you know, how I've told you guys a million times. How I feel about this group of people. It's a great, great group of people, and I would like her to meet all you guys. And so, yeah, it'd be great if she was able to come along.
yeah. We're still 10 months out, so a lot can happen between now and then. And yeah. Hopefully, I'm hoping as many people want to come, they want to come. Like Patty's the same.
We
Patty's really on board with it,
oh that's
especially
right. We got
especially now that she has a more capable co-host in Steve, because she can trust Steve with dates and deliverables.
well. She
Which
could trust me with dates, right? Except for July 20th. It's actually July 18th.
oh, okay. Well, she knows Steve can deliver,
Yeah.
and
So thank
she's
you,
gonna
Richard.
down on.
Uh, Gary says lawn chairs on sidewalks. Um, and Gary says Jeff's wife is a blast too. It would be nice if she was there. Her and Amy can get a little silly.
That'd be good.
And then
Yeah.
Marcia says she wants to meet Carol. So two Michigan gals.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we might even have a section on the patio at the back, all Jamaican, like for a blast, Steve.
Build a little hut out there.
Yeah, it's getting hot.
So
Let's
you,
have a
so you
blast.
can contain the smoke.
Contain the smoke. Yeah, contain it.
So it's gonna be like one big hot box.
Yeah, basically under the umbrella, it's contained.
Yeah, sure, we could do hot yoga while we're in there.
Yeah, it's a Peter Tosh workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to stay far away from that one
Yeah.
Would
because
your
my luck, I'll get a random when I get back, and
Would your wife consider coming, Jeff? Or
Yeah, I think so. If we can find childcare for
right?
like a long weekend, I think she would definitely come. Like her and Amy got along so great when Gary and the four of us met up. So I know she really was bummed she didn't get to hang out with Amy that weekend. So yeah, I think if we can work it out childcare wise, then I think she would definitely be on board coming.
I can guarantee you, my wife will not come.
Because
No,
you won't let her, or because she just
no. I'll tell you a big reason why is large groups are hard for her. About maybe 12 years ago, she got a virus and ended up making her deaf in her left ear. Okay, she has absolutely no hearing in her left ear. And if she's at a party or even a big dinner with people, 8, 10 people, it's very tough on her because she picks up so little of the conversation. She only hears one side of the room. So those kind
I
of
definitely relate. I understand what that's like.
yeah, she does not like going to weddings for that reason because there you're normally at a big round table. She'll really only hear the person next to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why because it's her left ear that she lost her hearing in. So that's why normally if we're sitting on the couch watching TV or whatever, I'll just always sit on her right side. So if I say something, she can at least hear me then. So,
right.
but yeah, it sucks that it happened. And they said she'd never get her hearing back. So,
Wow, from a virus.
That's the worst.
yeah. Yeah, that was, like I say, that was like 12 years ago or so.
Oof.
Oh. Let's see who we got here. Oh, last comment there was, here we go. Gary says he has a hard time hearing crowds too. Okay. Well, he's in a plant a lot, right? Where they're manufacturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that industrial exposure to that industrial noise will.
Well, it's
Oh.
like Carol thinks that I have hearing loss due to me playing my music loud, which I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a percentage of that, but I have no, it's not a feeling. I know whatever hearing loss I have is from me loading trailers with a forklift. You're driving a forklift inside a trailer, so you're in a confined area. It's loud, so it's just all that noise is just bouncing all over the place. So,
Wow,
yeah.
Richard says he's deaf in his left ear too. I relate. I have hearing aids, but they're still frustrating. Yeah, I mean, my wife, a hearing aid does nothing. I mean, it's completely gone for hearing.
Well, it's just it's artificial sound, so it doesn't sound like you hear naturally.
Yeah.
My experience, because I have hearing aids too, and it sounds just very odd. It doesn't sound like the normal, way we are accustomed to hearing.
You don't wear them all the time, do you?
No, like just if I'm going to be like if I'm at work and we're having a meeting, or if I know
Okay.
a social situation, I'll wear them. But I mean, they're a little bit uncomfortable, and like I say, it picks up everything. Like mine aren't the high end kind where it filters out like background noise. Like it makes everything louder. So
Right.
like it's funny because like if I'm in a restaurant, like I can hear stuff like in the kitchen, like I can hear all the the dishes and stuff in the kitchen. It just doesn't. They're not great for focusing in on just what I want to hear. It like makes everything louder.
Did you hear that, Mike? High-end hearing aids.
I that's why I just started to smile and kind of laugh a bit.
Yeah, I've got the Crosley.
Oh, nice. That's really high end. That's super high end.
Yeah, that's Mike's thing. High end. If you mention something or show
So,
something,
Steve, can I
yeah.
explain how that came about?
I don't know if you've ever told the story.
Yeah, go for it.
So, when I was at university, my first year in the dorm, there was this guy. His name will I won't say it. Uh, really good friend of mine lived across the hall from me, and he was high end. This guy from Toronto, and I was from this small town in Eastern Ontario. So we met there in Ottawa, and well, I'm going to say his first name, Ron. He'd say, Mike, this is really high end. It would be whatever it was, like
Yeah.
like a hairbrush, or this is high end, and I never heard the term before. And then I in audio equipment and stuff, I started to hear the term. Remember in the '80s, like
Yep.
it's high end. So I developed like the Kinks song, "Low Budget." I would always say, "Well, Ron, I'm coming in low budget. I'm coming in under budget with this, 30 pack of blue light. It's super cheap." So that was it was a conflict. It was always this low budget versus high end with this guy Ron. So uh, the terms were interchangeable. So anyway, that's where that came from. So Patty. It annoys her. She's like, Mike, McDonald's is not high end.
All right. Well, here's Richard showing off with his high end. I have a phonic CROS system that transmits sound from left to right. Side technology. It's rather cool. So I would say that's high end, Mike.
It does sound kind of high end. If it
Yeah.
transmits sound and it's audible, it's high end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. All
Well, I
right.
do have to say the hearing it. Well, like Jeff, I didn't even realize that you even had those on until I like looked real. I just happened to catch it. Like, wow, they make them to where they're so like they blend in, physically looking. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have the advantage of having hair that I can try and disguise it that way. But
Yeah, I didn't notice that on Jeff either. And I got to be honest, Jeff, I loved getting it. Like we had so much time together. I remember last year sitting with you and like just in my man cave in Natick for
Mhm.
like 5 or 10 minutes. And you said this comment to me. You said, when I watch your videos, Mike, it feels like we're just having a conversation. I love the way you just do it. It's, and I always remember that comment. I didn't mention that to you just a month ago, but I really appreciated that. It kind of meant a lot to me.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. Um,
Hey Jeff, your latest videos here now. You've taken on this. You've gone a little manic. Okay, what's the inspiration from this?
I feel like and I was like, I'm flaming out before I quit YouTube altogether. I'm just like, whatever. I don't know. No, I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like I'm doing stuff now. Like I could give a fuck anymore. So I'm here to entertain myself and then of other people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of I go through these phases. Like I went through the whole deep dive phase. Now I'm in this, you know, uh, this is what it would be like to try and watch a BC video while you're on magic mushrooms, kid thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'll get tired of it. Whatever. And I know I've overdone it. It's probably like I've already had comments like, "Okay, will you fuck off with that already? Like we're done," kind
I
of thing.
saw. I
We're a
saw.
lot better. You were a lot better before all the drops and stuff. But I
I,
don't know.
I personally love it. I thought it was great. I mean, just because it's so out of left field, like instantly. It's kind of like, where a lot of us, it's pretty stagnant. We're like a one shot and that's it. Where all of a sudden in mid sentence, it just like changes over and like, wait, what's going on now?
Well, I love Monty Python, and so
Yes.
just sort of like the way that flows, it's like you never can, and I don't know, like some of that is just, and I don't know, like I'm not somebody who can just sit in front of a camera and show 10 records and then I'm done because I'm not, I'm very aware. Like, I am not as engaging or as knowledgeable about a lot of the records I'm talking about, or at least eloquent as all you guys. Like, I always watch you guys. I'm like, damn, I wish I could. I wish I were as smart and as eloquent as you guys. So it's all like smoke and mirrors. It's just to hide the fact that I can't do a video in one take. And, if you saw like the amount of takes I fuck up because I either say the wrong thing or I get the album mixed up or the year or whatever, and I'm watching, I'm like, oh, God damn it. And then I got to go back and refilm it because I said the wrong thing. So I'm just trying to have fun with it. And some people will like it and some won't, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, I enjoy them. Yeah, it was just you made a big shift in direction there. Just
Yeah, well, I mean, those deep dives are like so goddamn time consuming.
Yeah.
Like, it would take 3 days just to do one of, like the Kinks one I did. Each one of those, it would be like 3 days worth of work. And, just this summer, I'm just not in the mood to invest that amount of time in it. And so these I can just kind of cobble together. It's like throwing a puzzle up in the air and then,
well, I
putting some
remember I
stuff together.
remember when you did the Led Zeppelin deep dive for the fourth album, and I asked you how long did that take, and you said probably about 8 hours.
Oh my God, eight
Yeah.
hours. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and who's got time for that shit, I mean, I did, but I got, I don't know, I've got like other things going on, so I don't know, this is like the next best thing, because I used to do, I started out trying to do just like funny videos, and that was sort of like my stock and trade, and then I kind of moved into more documentary style stuff, and now I'm just kind of like going back to the comedy stuff, one, because I'm lazy, and number two, I don't know. I kind of get a kick out of it. I just like, whatever. I just like making fun of things. And, I see like stupid ads that constantly pop up when I'm watching other videos. And, I'm
Well,
like, I gotta make fun of this shit.
well,
Or I
and
just
the thing
see
is,
something,
well,
I'm like,
and these guys know because Anthony likes to repeat one of my quotes. Because this is, let's face it, this is a hobby that we're doing this. And what's my quote that he likes? We owe no one anything with this thing. We do this for ourselves, and to an extent for our friends, for
Mhm.
their entertainment. But and I think we're all in the same boat of like we got way more out of this than we ever anticipated
Oh yeah.
starting this stuff. So, if you're taking time off, like you're not inspired to do a video, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Well, I
Trevor.
find it like a lot. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just gonna say that's my main thing, Trevor. And you and I have talked about it. I don't care. Like I have a trillion subscribers or 100. At this point, I've made these friendships. They're concrete. I'm
Yeah.
good, and I have fun with it. And I know who's watching the videos. I could care less. But I'm still gonna do my funding drive, Jeff, in January. In January, and I expect that PBS, you know, footage.
I'll try to oblige.
Yeah, that footage. I want that footage.
Hey, let
Oh
me catch
yeah,
up with
yeah.
comments here. We got Greg. Someone say shrooms, and then Gary, and then Gary said Greg hears that, and, and Greg says Floyd and shrooms dynamite.
Yeah,
Well,
I only had a shrooms episode once. I didn't like it.
Here's Twanger. I love the variety. Most of us are one trick ponies. No offense to anyone. I can barely articulate what my mind wants to say most of the time. I can relate, Jeff. And then Greg says Jeff has done some great work over the years.
Thank you, Greg.
Richard says Jeff's stuff doesn't suck. Hey, there's an endorsement.
Well, I appreciate that. And actually, I really, when I'm doing a video, I'm always thinking about you guys and like, what would those guys like? Because like whatever, I got like, there's people that watch my videos who I've never met, so I, I don't care whether they. I mean, I do care. Obviously, I mean, it's nice to have, at least 100 views on a video. But I'm always like, what would Steve get a kick out of? What would Trevor? What would Gary? I'm always like trying to cater more to what my friend, and maybe you guys are like that too. When you're like thinking of putting a video together, you're thinking about maybe some of your friends in the VC and whatnot. But
Well, I
Jeff,
do it.
Jeff,
I do it
Jeff, I wonder
sometimes.
what do you wonder sometimes that guy that comments on that Beatles video where the guy's walking through with the guitar, or remember that one guy that kept poking at you? It was a different.
that character,
Yeah,
yeah, Hank, or no, what was his name? I can't
it was
even think of
something.
his
It
name
was
now. I
something
know what you're
about
talking about. It
you.
was
You did a rant video, and because this guy was questioning you on, well, the guy walking through the video with the guitar case,
Oh
or
yeah, wasn't Mal Evans? Remember that?
Al
Yeah,
Evans.
yeah,
That's
that
it.
one. Yeah, that guy. Because he was saying, he was insisting it wasn't Mal Evans, and I'm
That's
like,
right. He kept
I'm going to
coming
show
back.
you 100 times in a row that it absolutely was Mal Evans, because it fucking was, and don't tell me otherwise.
I love that. It's fantastic.
Real quick, for one of your future books, Jeff, you should have Richard's. You could have that as like the blurb at the end, or on the back cover. You could put Jeff's stuff doesn't suck.
I will
Yeah, awesome.
absolutely,
Yes.
courtesy of Richard's
Ah,
Vinyl Tap House.
Yes.
well, look, gents, I'm gonna sign off. I have to
All right,
visit
Mike.
the
Like,
bathroom and go to bed. So anyway, guys, great night, great recap.
yes,
Yeah. So, any ideas for the party? Well, Steve, you're a co-host with Patty. Start coordinating. Start coordinating live streams. Maybe we can get Patty on here, right?
All right. Very
yeah,
good.
we can do it private too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Right.
See you
Okay.
guys.
We'll see you in the thread tomorrow. Oh,
And he's gone, just like
Mike
that.
is the quickest hang up.
I
on the
know that, like, just right there, right?
Well, he is Irish.
Yes.
There's the Italian goodbye, which takes forever. There's the Irish. It happens, and you don't even know it happened.
Yeah.
So, Greg says, yeah, Jeff, your rant videos are hilarious.
Yeah.
Richard would love getting credit on your book. Everybody's saying goodnight to Mike. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm underestimating at all when I say I would think there'd probably be 40 people there next year. Just because,
It's plausible,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, at some point, I know Mike said, yeah, 40, but I mean, at some point, say you do hit 40 this year, what's to say then that, 2027, you're not going to creep up to 50, 55. At some point, you have to cut it off, or else you're going to have to book a hall.
well, I was joking last year or this past year. It's just like, are we going to have to rent out a ballroom at a hotel at some point?
We're gonna get a convention center. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like Comic-Con.
Well, yeah. Well, remember when we were at the border crossing? It was just gonna be like some kind of convention. I'm like, well, that's I can't even say that's a little stretch. That's a major stretch. But
In a matter of speaking, it'll be like the Fire Festival eventually.
yeah.
Gary says, Trevor just said he wants to talk to Patty in private. Very bold of him.
Yes. Well, no, I know sometimes the spouses, they don't want to come on, on this kind of live, but when we do our little, like when I put on my Saturday night ones, and sometimes I make them private, where it's a bit. Well, no, it's not a bit. It's a lot looser.
It's gonna be the Trevor and Patty live stream.
There we go.
Richard says, yeah, we'll need shuttle buses and convention centers.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's kind of a testimony to Mike that this many people want to go. I mean,
Well, yeah, 'cause it sucked. If it was like the worst thing ever, then it'd be like, let's not do this again, and nobody would want to go. But now everybody's hearing about how cool it was, and wanting to jump on board, which is great.
Right.
Yeah. I think okay, I'm gonna go back to the question which one was better. The only thing that last year had above this year for me was like just the magic of meeting most of you guys for the first time last year. It's just because only knowing you guys through the screens and stuff, able to shake hands, give hugs, and talk face to face. That was magical. This time it was cooler just to play catch up, meet a few more people, and just the organization of it all was better this time around.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And there were a couple of people, like JT showing up unexpectedly the day of was
Yeah.
great. And I
Yeah.
never met, Emma before, and there were other people who it was meeting for the first time. But yeah, just real cool and good to see everybody. This year it was like great to see everybody again.
Mm-hmm.
Now it didn't feel because there's always kind of a little bit of awkwardness where you're meeting because you guys are all my heroes, like I really do look up to you guys. And so meeting it was like kind of like awkward at first, like, okay, don't come across like a douchebag or don't, like make a good first impression on everybody. And now some of that pressure was a little bit off this time around because I had already met most of you in person, so I was a little bit more relaxed. Whereas it was like, oh my God, I'm going to meet all these people who, I've been watching their channels for so long, and I hope I don't, say something stupid or.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just because we're on a public forum here. I mean, I can honestly say no one disappointed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, well, and I think it's been brought up several times. There, everyone came off as they are on screen. There was no like they're a different person or persona in person than on camera. So we already kind of knew each other as just meeting face to face.
Right.
It's just the added bonus.
Let me catch up here. Twanger, he's out of here. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Gary says, see you, Mark. And I agree, Trevor. I'm not sure whatever
I don't know.
Previous point.
I appreciate it, Gary, whatever it is.
Richard says, Trevor, I thought it was so cool. Your daughter wanted to be part of it. Yes, yeah. It was nice to meet Grace.
Yeah, I mean, when we're out, like I said, when we're out doing stuff, she was, really engaging and, she wants to do it again, which I was frankly surprised, but, yeah. But yeah, and I was really glad it was during the live stream because I was watching it again, Gary coming up to her and saying how proud he was of her to actually, do this with us. So that was very cool of Gary to do that.
Yeah, I mean, in hell, what is she just turned 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, like in 6-7 years from now, when she comes, she'll be in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she wants anything to do with us,
Right. Well, she did buy a couple of records though.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. And she was actually listening to him the other day. It was one of those like proud parent moments. I heard thumping going on in the bedroom, and it's just like, oh, there's that.
Oh yeah, and she asked you for the better sleeve.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, Jeff. I was telling these guys, when she got back from Michigan, she comes up. She's like, "Yeah, this thing's just got a regular paper sleeve. Can I have one of yours?" Like, absolutely.
She's becoming a collector.
Yep. Teach him well.
So, all right. Well, we can wrap up the MGK bit. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Got any favorite new album, or got a show coming up, or?
Well, I don't want to keep you guys from talking about the new Alice Cooper. I mean, I'll sit here quietly with my hands folded on my lap if you guys want to talk about that,
Nah, that's fine. I mean, Trevor and I can do that another time. We can
Yeah.
still digest the album, maybe a couple more listens too. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
I listened to it again today, and I'm actually finding stuff more that I like.
I'm with you. I gave it another listen today too, and I was taking actual notes of which songs I liked, which ones I didn't, which were the reasons why. And I was surprised actually how many songs I did like. So I think I do like the album more than I realized.
Yeah, I mean, without giving away anything, because well, Steve knows and the other guys know that the grade went up
Yeah.
that I gave it. So,
So
but yeah, let's see. I mean, I normally do.
I can tell you that this, which I picked up in Buffalo, this will be one of the albums I'll be getting rid of next year in Buffalo.
Not a fan of it.
No. And I like some Motel stuff, but this album kind of bored me.
Is that the one that's got only the lonely on it?
Let's see.
Either Only Lonely
Or Take My Breath Away?
Suddenly Last Summer.
Oh, so, yeah.
Suddenly Last Summer's on here. Yeah.
Okay.
What
So
year is that one?
this is 83.
Yeah, I see that record in every record store I go in. Like they've always got a copy of it. So I think
Probably a reason for it.
yeah, I was gonna say I think there's something to that.
So I know I used to have one of their albums which I did like, but I no longer have it. But that's one of the ones that my old girlfriend took.
Is there an album that you guys like? I should like this album, but I just don't. Like knowing what I like, it's the genre that I like. It's
Oh, it should. I mean, it's an album that should be in my wheelhouse, but it's not.
yeah. Like there's like I'll give you an example. Like for me, like the Knack, I just cannot get into the Knack. Even though I like power pop, I like kind of that whole post punk. I like everything, but I just maybe it's because, but it's not just my Sharona because I got it for $1 once. And I tried to get into it, and I just could not. I don't understand what people see in that record, but it's just not one that I should like it because I mean, My Sharona, it's been overplayed, but it's a decent song. But the rest of that record, I just could not get into. I ended up getting rid of $1 record that I bought. I mean,
I am on the same page with you on the Knack. Yeah, it should be an album I like. I don't get it either. I mean, I can't ever say I was a huge fan of the song My Sharona. I felt kind of drawn down a little bit, but I mean, in one sense, it is a little bit catchy, but it's an album I should like because, like you say, I like power pop too, and for whatever reason, the album just kind of bores me. It's like there's really nothing there. Let me answer Greg here. Greg wants to know if I'm getting the Made in Japan box set. I did get it on CD, Greg, for two reasons. One, this will be easier to move than a 10 LP box set, but also because I can't listen to the Mule, so it's much easier just to flip by it on CD. And Space Truckin', really, I only want to hear like the first 3-4 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes, so I can fast forward through that on CD. So yes, I did get it, but I won't get the LP. It's a live album I've always had trouble with. It's one that a lot of people, especially of my age, I think it's one of the 5-10 greatest live albums ever. I don't, because the Mule is way too goddamn long, and you got a 6-minute drum solo in it. And then Space Truckin', it's a 20-minute version of Space Truckin', where you really only hear 3.5-4 minutes of Space Truckin', and you hear just a bunch of jamming. And I'm not a jam rock guy, so.
Yeah, 2 minutes should be the max on any drum solo, and even that's pushing it.
Gary's got to leave. It's time to zone out. Night, Gary. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, Gary.
See you, Gary.
So, Trevor, do you have one of those albums like Jeff said? Should be in your wheelhouse, but you can't connect?
Yeah, I mean, I do. You're talking about that? I actually still have.
Well,
No,
just an album that you
I-
should like. Like there's, it's the genre that you like. It's maybe the style of music or whatever. It could
Hmm.
even be a band that I should like this band, but I just have never gotten into them.
or it's even like, say, a singer who went to another band, and you're like, okay, I like his voice, but no, I don't like him in this new band.
Man, that I don't know. Well, I mean, the post Randy Rhoads Ozzy stuff. Is it really that much different? Not really, but it just those albums never clicked with me.
Yeah, okay.
Or, well, I mean, I'll go with ones that I actually have in the collection, but I can't. I don't have the heart to get rid of them. Maiden, Somewhere in Time, and Seventh Son. Never liked them.
Hmm.
tried, and tried, and just I don't know.
But that's albums part of an artist you like that you don't like
Yeah.
those particular albums.
Well, you were bringing up the Knack earlier. Now, was that one of those albums that you would? I mean, because I don't do crate digging that much. Is that one of those albums that you find a lot?
Oh yeah, I mean you can walk into. I guarantee you can walk into any record store today. Go in their dollar bin or wherever they file
Yeah,
the knack, and you will find that record. Like I think it was so huge because of the single that
yeah,
everybody bought it, and then everybody realized what a piece of shit that album was, and then they all got rid of their copies of it.
okay.
But I like Elvis Costello. I like Joe Jackson. I like
Mhm.
stuff similar to the Knack, but I've just never gotten into the Knack. I find it annoying. I mean, My Sharona I can take, but the rest of that album, I bought it thinking like, okay, I should really, I like this. I see other people show this record. It tends to pop up in videos from time to time. And I
Right.
got it like a great copy of it for $1. I'm like, okay, well, there's no reason for me not to buy this and give it a shot. And then I listen to it. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't like this at all.
So what was it? Basically, the two singles off there, and that was it.
Well, I knew My Sharona. I don't even like, what is it, like Good
Gr-
Girl Don't or
Don't.
whatever that
Yeah.
other song is. I don't even like that one. I like nothing else. I listened to it. I didn't like anything else. And like My Sharona, it's like basically to me a novelty song, or they were a one hit wonder. And that was only like, I can tolerate it, even though I've heard it like 100 times. And if I never hear it again, I won't be sad. But
So basically, it's like it's an A side single with 9 B sides to it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
essentially,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a
And I
good way to
like
sum
the
it up.
song that much that I need to have, a 12-inch record for one song taking up space in my collection. So,
Yes. So it's a great K-Tel track.
yeah, well, you know who else? And I know this is like blasphemy, and I can't say it too loud over here on this side of town, but I'm like falling out of love with Bob Seger even because I fucking hated Bob Seger because it was on the radio all the time. And then,
I get you.
enough time goes by and it's like, well, I do kind of like, this song or Black Knight is okay. And, I guess there's certain songs. And so I bought like a bunch of his records. And then I realized like, I'm like maybe a greatest hits Bob Seger fan, but by
Yeah.
and large, or A Night Moves, maybe like a Beautiful Loser. Like Beautiful Loser and Night Moves is the only Bob Seger I really need. I fucking can't stand old time rock and roll.
Well,
And
see, that's the thing. Stranger in Town, that's the only song I will skip on that entire record. I love that whole record.
mhm.
But that song, I mean, I didn't like it back in 78. I didn't like it back in 83 when it got a new life, with Risky Business. And I'm sure with you, as, being a wedding DJ, you probably fucking hate that song too because it has
Oh
to be.
yeah, I hate it more now than I did when it was overplayed back in the 80s and
Yeah.
70s. But yeah, I just and I bought because I'm like, like you're from Detroit, you gotta love Bob Seger, and so I bought some Bob Seger albums, and then I'm like, why do I have these? I'm never gonna fucking listen to Live Bullet. I don't care
Yeah.
for any versions. I don't need. Yeah, I mean, I even had fucking. What was that second live one he had? Nine Tonight.
Yeah, I
Even
got.
had
Yeah,
that piece of
Anthony gave
shit
me
live
that
album, and like the one with all the horses on the cover.
against
I
the wind.
listen to that. I'm like,
And yeah,
no, I don't ever want to listen to this
Yeah.
again.
I bought. Well, I still have it, but Live Bullet, I bought it just because Walmart had it. It's nice red. The weird thing is, it's still pressed as a stacker. Even in this modern day, they have it as
yeah.
disc one is 1 and 4, and the other one's 2 and it's hassle.
Yeah.
Let me
But
on,
it's so front loaded as an album. The first side and a half is great,
Mhm.
but the rest of it is just like okay, whatever.
all right, let me catch up on comments here because I've fallen behind here. A lot of comments about the Knack here. Richard, I like the Knack. Their second album is actually my fave.
Oh, okay.
Emma says I prefer Round Trip by the Knack over the debut. The newly married Sam St. John is a smart ass. Lots of nice hair on screen.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Fuck you.
Back here.
Double fuck you.
Yeah. Richard says Marcia does not like Bob Seger. Yep, that we knew.
Yep.
Richard does like Bob Seger. Against the Wind, great album.
That's the one with all the horses on the
Yeah.
cover.
I'm still looking for a Back in '72 though. Man.
Okay. Richard,
like those
says,
early Seeger albums, I like more than the later stuff. But I don't know. And it's fine if people like Bob Seger. Like I get it. It's not for me.
Richard says, I want to know if I should give the new Alice Cooper a try. It sounds like the answer is yes. If you mean give it a try, just listen to it online. Sure, go ahead before you spend your money.
So, Jeff, are you familiar with this one though? This is actually a compilation, but are you familiar with this one?
No.
Okay.
Early stuff.
Well, yeah, it's the early Last Heard. That's his first band. Third Man Records put this out. So
No kidding.
it's a more recent thing. Yeah, this is the early singles.
Oh.
So it's like the studio versions of Heavy Music, East Side Story, Santa's Got a Brand New Bag is here too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, you might dig this one. This is actually really cool. So
I believe this is a first time appearance for Mega Jeff on our show.
Hey, Jeff.
You doing, Jeff? He says he likes some of the hits, but he's not a big Seeger fan, although his band does play She Loves to Strut, or She Loves to Strut.
Yeah, that's a cool song.
Americana Sam says he loves Bob Seger as Danny Tanner.
Oh, Bob Seger.
And then he's saying, wow, hello to you too. That must have been when we all said fuck you to him.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, wait till you get into your late 20s. Like when you hit 25, you're going to find your hair starts to thin out a bit. And then when you get into your 30s, let's have a conversation then about
this happens,
the hair.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else would be in my wheelhouse that I really should like that I don't. Well, there's the one genre you could say that a lot of is prog rock, because there's a lot of prog rock bands that I guess I should listen to just because of the fact that they are prog bands, but that I end up finding out I don't like them. Like bands like Gentle Giant, they're considered one of the giants of prog rock. I can't take the guy's voice. Same thing with Van de Graaff Generator. I cannot take his voice either.
One for me would be anything by Ringo Starr. Like I'm a huge Beatles fan, but I've got like a perfunctory copy of the Ringo album, and I think I've got like one other, but I just cannot get into any of his solo stuff, and some of it has to do with the fact that he's a fucking dick about autographs, and Ringo won't sign anything anymore. Ringo won't do autographs. You know, well, you know what, Ringo? The only reason you're fucking Ringo Starr is because of all the people that buy your albums and your goddamn, your Rubber Soul that's never coming out, and, you know, all these other stupid releases. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, Ringo, I just cannot, even his greatest hits, I have a hard time with a lot of the stuff on his greatest hits.
I have his greatest hits, but only on CD. And I mean, I guess if I came across the vinyl for $1, I might buy it. But
I thought of one that would be in my wheelhouse, but I just can't. Sleep Token. Everyone's just like, oh, this is just a great band. And they're like, they're relatively new and they're already an arena band. And the voice, I can't.
Yeah, if you don't like the voice, it is hard to get past it. Emma's got a comment here for you, Jeff. Peace and love, Jeff.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
And Richard enjoys Emma's comment. That is very good, Emma. Yeah, I mean, actually, I have it on my calendar. I'm doing a video this week. And I already have the thumbnail created. It's bands I would like more if not for the singer. And yeah, I have quite a few of them. Oh, Richard knows of Sleep Token. Not my thing.
Yeah.
What are they like? What's their music like?
It's supposed to be metal. I don't know. It's just watered down, and the vocals are so clean.
I didn't know Richard listened to metal. Metal?
He likes some stuff.
Does he? I've never really seen him show stuff. I would tell you an album that I was actually blown away by, and I didn't think I would be, and this was Richard's recommendation. Because I only own one album by this guy, but he talked about this Gary Newman live album, and I bought the CD set. It's fantastic. I mean, I was shocked how much I liked it.
Is that studio record or is that live?
No, it's live. It's A Perfect Circle live, and it's 2 discs. It's a long show.
Okay.
Wow.
It's all from the same show too. It's May 7th, 2022 at Wembley.
Wow, that's unusual to actually do one show for an album or for a live album.
Yeah, especially this long because I don't know what the running time is on it, but it's a long album. But like I say, the only album I own is, what is that, Pleasure Principle with Cars on it?
Yeah. I had a greatest hits CD about 25 years ago, and that's pretty much all I ever had, you know. So, you know, it's kind of like a culmination of Gary Newman and, you know, was it Tube Army?
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, Richard's saying that Sleep Token is Tool light. So,
actually, I would have emphasized the light part instead of the Tool part, but
okay. And then Richard's excited I have Gary Newman because he's spelled Gary Newman with about 8 A's in it.
Newman.
So I don't know. Do you have any of his stuff, Jeff, besides the one that I probably had?
I've got his 2 Tubeway Army albums. And then I've got Pleasure Principle, and then I forget the one that he released after Pleasure Principle. I can't think of the name of it right now. So I've got 4 Gary Newman related albums, but I'll have to check that one out.
Well, Richard says, any Newman questions, send my way. I don't doubt that because Richard says he has over 100 Gary Newman CDs. Now,
wow.
I'm assuming
Damn, did he put out that many?
I'm assuming those are just kind of, I don't know, like fan club releases of live shows. Is that what it is, Richard? How do you end up? Because how many proper studio albums does he have? I don't know. I've never even bothered to look at it.
I don't think it's anywhere near 100.
No.
But, you know,
no.
The thing is, I've seen footage of him recently, and the guy is, I think he's like 70,
Yeah,
maybe.
he's got to be because
He's
he
got to
was
be
putting
close
stuff
to
out in the
that.
70s.
And the guy's got more energy than I have. It's just, I mean, he's like, looking like old Trent Reznor, just like kind of leaning into the microphone stand and just like, wow, I I wish I could have that much energy now compared to his age.
Richard says,
Telecon, that's it.
What
Yeah,
is that? What is Telecon?
that's the album after Pleasure Principle.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, Richard is a self-professed expert on Gary Newman, and I don't doubt
Yeah,
it.
I got to get more Gary Newman. I mean, I do like the stuff that I have, and I know he's got a deeper catalog, but it's not the easiest stuff to find either because obviously he wasn't a huge hit over here. I think he's
Right.
probably popular in the UK, but
Yeah.
There you go, Richard. Just sold another Gary Newman album. Greg says he's going to buy it. Richard says he has 24 studio albums, almost that many live albums, lots of comps and CD singles too.
Yeah. I guess.
Richard, 67, I think. More energy than a ferret on crack.
Yeah, for the longest time, I only knew like two songs, obviously Cars. And then the first time I heard the song Down in the Park was in this concert film called A Music War.
Hmm.
He's like in this like little mechanical car on the stage, just moving around, singing Down the Park. So it's
I don't even know if I know that song. I can't picture that song.
well, and then I heard cover versions of it later on. The first cover version I heard was this goth band called Christian Death out of LA. They did it, and then a few years later, me and my friends went and saw Marilyn Manson at St. Andrews Hall, like early in like when Marilyn Manson was a band, and then they did Down in the Park there, and me and my friend were freaking out, just like, oh shit, cool, doing Gary Newman, right on.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, how many times have you seen Gary Newman live? I don't imagine he toured the U.S. much, did he? Would he?
I know he came here quite a bit since I've
Oh,
been
yeah?
here in Seattle. He's probably been here like 5 times.
Here's one, Trevor. You were talking about bands that you can't take because of the vocalist, and a band that I would like more, if not for the vocalist, would be Nights Are Ebb. You familiar with them?
Oh yeah, that's
Ever?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's got that Cookie Monster vocal like you hear on a lot of the Swedish death metal
Oh,
stuff.
I never thought of it. I didn't think of it as that heavy, but and plus he kind of made the news recently because he caught a slight case of death. So
He what?
He's like to death.
he caught a slight case of death.
Oh, did he
yeah,
die?
yeah, I think it was cancer.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't think his vocals were that heavy. I mean, he's kind of like a
He's
lighter
kind of like
than
the Brian Johnson of the industrial.
okay. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
What's that? Two. I mean,
Yeah.
like that whole
Join
thing.
in the chant.
Yeah,
Join
yeah.
in.
Like,
I have.
it was just. I mean, if it were like heavy metal, maybe, but
Yeah, I always dug him. I mean, I that so far it would be a greatest hits thing I'd take with it.
Very
I
well.
always liked him. It was fun.
Richard's very excited that Christian Death did Down in the Park.
Yeah, it's on. I don't know, Richard, if you stream or not, but look for the album Iron Mask. They do a live version of Down in the Park. It does kind of sound like a bootleg, live recording.
Yeah,
but it's still pretty cool.
He has seen Gary Newman 10 times since '97, all in the U.S. And Richard loves Nitzer Ebb.
Yes.
Okay. I'd never heard of Nitzer Ebb.
Yeah, they're kind of lumped into that industrial EBM, electronic body music.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the singer lived in Metro Detroit for several years. Even they're from England, but yeah, I mean, I dug them when they were around. Now it's just the other guy. It was a duo, and so I think it's just the one guy that's been going around as Nitzareb.
I got to check on Maddie. I just
Yeah, I
heard.
saw them open for Depeche Mode on the Songs of Faith and Devotion tour.
Oh, okay. There's a band that I need to get into. I had the one kind of greatest hits they put out in the late '90s, so it had like the Ultra album stuff on
Yeah, I'm
there.
sorry, the Violator tour. It was who opened I forget who. Anyway, it's but yeah, no, but you're talking Depeche Mode's greatest hits or Knights or Ebbs.
Depeche Mode. There
Okay,
was a
yeah,
double disc they had. Like I said, it was in the late '90s, so it had, like I said, it had stuff like Barrel of a Gun.
yeah. They
Yeah,
came out with, like two separate ones. Like there was a blue one and like an orange one. The orange one was
I,
like 81 through like 89 or 90, something like that.
something
And then,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that one took me a while to get in because I actually, and a lot of fans didn't like Ultra because it was so dark, and that's what turned me on. Because I remember the first time hearing Barrel of a Gun, I thought it was this band called Chem Lab, which is in the industrial realm. And
yeah.
then I'm like, wait, no, that's Depeche Mode. I didn't know they could go that dark. Okay, I could dig this.
Yeah, that's a really dark album because that's when their lead singer Dave Gahan was going through. He was like trying to rehab from heroin, and he'd had a suicide attempt, and like he couldn't even put a one vocal take together. They ended up having to like patch together different takes just to
Right,
get one good vocal. I mean, he was really messed up, and he's been clean ever since. So
right.
he's never looked or sounded better. But yeah, that album was definitely like we don't know if we're gonna, if he's gonna live and we're gonna even, be a band much beyond that Ultra album. But
Well, Richard saw Depeche Mode 3 tours, and Ultra was one of them.
Nice.
yeah, I saw them on the Violator tour, the Songs of Faith and Devotion tour, and then the tour for Delta Machine. So I've seen them 3 times.
Did you ever get those albums I told you about, that side project, Soul Savers?
Yeah, I did pick up one. Actually, I got Aaron gave me it when I was in Idaho last time. It was like it's an album of like cover versions though.
Okay, I have 3 of them because The Light, the Dead Sea, which is my favorite by him. Then I can't remember the names of the other 2. I think the one is maybe Ghost Story, something like that.
Hmm.
But I like those albums more than I like Depeche Mode.
Yeah, it's unless you're into synth pop. I mean, you're probably not going to get into Depeche Mode. I mean, they do have some heavier stuff, but
But you can go back and like, obviously you guys know I like the heavier, darker stuff. But you can kind of go back and you can still hear where it was coming. I'm the same way with Ministry is a huge example where I got into them when they were really dark, really heavy, and then you put on With Sympathy, and it's like this is the same project because it's really just one guy, but
yeah,
um, pure synth pop. But you can kind of hear that element that goes through the entire lineage of it all.
All right, I got a question for you. Why do I like this album?
Oh,
why do you like it?
It's The Cure's newest album. Okay, well,
Uh huh.
a year old now, I guess, probably. Why do I
I
like?
think that the vinyl sounds terrible. At least the copy that I have.
I've
So
got it on CD too. So, why do I like that album? But I do not like anything else by The Cure.
yeah, do you have Disintegration?
Anything else? I don't own anything else. I've tried listening to other stuff on YouTube because people will tell me, "Oh, well, if you like that, then you're gonna have to like." That's one of the ones they recommend, and I
Yeah.
listen to it, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm not hearing the same thing."
Wow. Because I compared it to Disintegration.
Yeah,
And that, to me, that's one of those albums like front to back, just absolute genius.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
love, I love every minute of that album. I cannot find a weak spot in that album, but I can't find a good minute in anything else of theirs. So
I don't know why it doesn't click, but
yeah,
that's, some people have that where it's just like, yeah, I just like that one album
yeah.
by that band.
Oh, Richard saw Dave solo. Okay. And that Cure album is so good. It has an amazing glow to it. Oh, flow.
So
yeah.
have they fixed that vinyl problem? Because I remember hearing that when it first came out. Have they cured that Cure album?
Chris Profi, he's got a colored vinyl version of it that he says sounds fine. I've got the black, just the regular black vinyl version of it, and it sounds terrible. I had to buy the CD just because the vinyl sounded so crappy.
Okay.
I don't know why it is, but it just the balance on it is terrible. It just sounds kind of muffled.
Is it 33 or 45?
33.
Okay, because I know that there's a 45 version of it too.
Yeah, I'm not spending any more money on that
No,
fucking.
no, no, no. But I mean, I don't have it, and I
Yeah.
when it came out, I thought it was a great record, and I was about ready to buy it, but then I heard the rumors of the vinyls sounding like absolute shit. And but was that also one of those like eco?
Yes.
Oh, okay, maybe that was also why.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, actually. And I was really bummed out because, like, you could tell the songs were great, but just the vinyl pressing was so lousy. Um,
Okay.
I'm like, I got to get the CD because this is a great album, but I'm just not hearing it the way that I should.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should look for the 45 version because I don't
Yeah,
think that.
yeah, I would, or the colored vinyl if you happen to come across that, because Chris says that one sounds fine.
Well, that's another album or a pair of albums coming out. At least they're saying there's a version that's on the eco vinyl. The new, or not new, the new reissues of Mother Love Bone.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Apple, the other one.
Yeah, Apple, and that's their Shine is the EP that came out before that. Um, which I'm like, cool, and I'm like, well, colored. I don't. Color is fine. It's cool to look at a couple times, but I'm pretty much turned into like I will get the black. I don't mind it. It's cool. But then I saw that the black is that eco vinyl, and I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Get the
Well,
color.
colored vinyl, it used to be like, oh, I got a colored vinyl. Look at my colored vinyl. Everybody look at it. And now it's like, I couldn't even, I don't even remember what ones I have on colored vinyl because now it's just sort of like they're so prevalent anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
they're kind of cool, but the next one, like you can get almost any album anymore on colored vinyl. So it's not as special.
now the new thing is, and this is the first one I ever bought, and I probably wouldn't have got it, but these are guys that I know. And they actually came around last week, and they had this at their merch table, but I already had it on pre-order. But it's the Suicide Machines out of
Nice.
Detroit, but it's the Zeotrope.
Oh, now that is cool. Like I love when they have like
Hi,
cool.
Marcia.
By Marcia. So the thing is, to the blind eye, it's just blurred. So you gotta put on your phone. I don't know what it's like on an Android, but on the iPhone, you got to put. Sorry about the dogs in the background. You got to put on your video camera on action, and it'll slow it down to like 24 frames a second.
No
And then
kidding.
you can see the animation on it. So this is like planes dropping bombs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then on this side, well, let's see if I can get it on. But it says the title of the album, which is War Profiteering is Killing Us All. So,
That's like that Lazaretto, that Jack White album that's got all the cool, that cool pressing of that, where it's like you can actually play the label and like certain, there's like so many um, different things about the vinyl pressing of it. Like,
yeah, like you can play it from the center out on
yeah,
the
yeah,
side, and there's like a dual track. If you can still play it from the outside, and it's another track. It's
yeah.
guy is weird.
And it's got a hologram too. Like there's a hologram on the label also.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
But yeah, that's. I'm gonna try next time I'm in town. I'm gonna try to see if I could, if there's a way to tour Third Man Records. I really want to see that pressing plant. I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen it from the window.
yeah, because I've done it, so you can sign up for
Oh,
it.
yeah, I was going to say, I thought I've seen tours online. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be really interested. Well, and I know Jeff and I, we talking about it when, if we were ever to try to do like a side VC gathering in Detroit to try to get a group of people to go there. But yeah, I'd
Yeah,
like to see that.
because there's a bar right next door to Third Man Records.
Well, it's Cass Corridor. I'll just go to the old Miami and.
Well, there's also a Hopcat within walking distance too.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that whole area. I hadn't been in Cass Corridor in years, and when I went there, I think it was in 22. I was surprised at how cleaned up it is.
Oh, I know, because it used to be like going to Nicaragua, going down to Cass Corridor, and now it's like I feel safe walking anywhere.
Right. Um, but yeah, I definitely want to check that out. I mean, my only Jack White experience, I saw the White Stripes at the Magic Bag once,
Oh,
which um, which is a club about, I don't know, you've obviously been there, right?
mm-hmm.
Ferndale. I think it holds like maybe 400 people.
If that, yeah.
If that. And it was right before White Blood Cells came out, the one that like actually
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
the
put
big
them on
one.
the map. It was like a week before they did like a 3 club tour, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
that weekend. Obviously, they did the Gold Dollar, which is where they kind of, that was their cavern club,
Right.
for them.
Richard says, sign me up for Third Man. I try to go.
It looks interesting. I mean, the store it's set up cool, but it's exclusively Third Man Record
Right.
presence. So it's
But they got a
Is it
huge
touring
45 section. They have, all
yeah.
kinds of vinyl from different artists. I mean, they had Captain Beefheart, when I
Oh,
was there.
did they?
Yeah.
I just thought it was all like just stuff, or they probably possibly pressed it there and just stuck it in there. But
Yeah, but they've got like all these like old Sun Records 45. Well, I mean, they're like newer pressings of like the Johnny Cash and,
okay,
some of that like classic stuff. Yeah.
I just bought. I think when I was there, I bought like Laughing Hyenas, which another Detroit band. So, but they were reissuing them through Third Man. I mean, it's good quality stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. He's a real audiophile, so everything they press sounds great.
Yeah.
And how's their stuff priced?
Reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, like I wouldn't say it's like overpriced because of it being Third Man Records. I mean, I think the stuff there is no more expensive than if you were to go to any, regular retailer.
In fact, if it's like standard pricing, they're probably making a major profit because they're shipping it from one room to another.
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah, it's their
Mhm.
pressings. Yeah, I mean, they're making big time. So, yeah, they can probably price it a little more friendly.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's all profit. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in distribution, nothing.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of cool that there's, a retail store, and they have these big ass windows, and right behind it is the pressing plant. You could watch it.
Yeah,
When I was there, nothing was going on, but it's really interesting that it's right there to
You can
see.
see the special sauce. Yeah, it's like going into a brewery and they have like all the big tanks, and you can look out on the brewery floor. But
yeah.
and it's not super crowded either. I've gone in there and there's maybe like 10 other people in there.
Yeah, I think I went like in the middle of the week, so not much going on there. And
Right.
There's one in Nashville too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been to that one. I don't recall that there's not a pressing plant there. I guess there's a performance area, but I didn't see that. It's a lot smaller. The retail area is very small compared
Yeah,
to.
there's like a little stage set up right on the main floor of the record store where they've got performances, and then they sell records of performances. When people perform there, they actually record the concert and then they press it, usually like an EP or something like that.
Yeah, I know they do that in Detroit too, especially.
Yeah.
One I was thinking about getting is the band Sleep. Like especially their first record. I mean, total master of reality Sabbath worship on
Mhm.
that. And they played there and recorded live. So wouldn't mind getting.
I see that album come up a lot. I've never heard it.
I don't think I've heard the live one, and I know the first pressings of it. They actually got like some full like marijuana leaves pressed in the vinyl,
Yeah.
so, which is clever.
Yeah.
What? It's a clear vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and they put a leaf
Yeah.
in there, so it's not like anyone's gonna like, man, I got a Jones. I'm gonna rip this album apart.
You get a contact buzz just listening to it.
Yeah.
I gotta write that down, otherwise I'll forget about it.
What's that?
Sleep.
Yeah, the song that I got turned on to them was a song called Dragonaut, and it was on the soundtrack
As
to the
a
movie.
supernaut.
I guess kind of. It was on it's on their first album, but I heard it on the soundtrack to the movie Gummo, which is
Oh, no Gomo. Yeah.
I think I've seen it like 3 times. I remember the first time watching it, I immediately took a shower afterwards. I'm
My,
like,
my nephew turned me on to it. Yeah.
and you're watching it, and it's just like, okay, I know it's a movie, but I think part of it is documentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so weird. But
All right. Well, you want to wrap this up?
sure. Well, yeah. I mean,
Thanks for filling in, Jeff. Hopping in last minute.
No problem.
Yeah.
Always glad to pop in.
What's your next video?
Co-host.
What's your next video?
What's that?
What's your next video? What do you got planned?
Oh, I don't have anything in the works right now, but
No.
of course, it'll be inspired zaniness like usual, and it'll probably piss a lot of people off and make you, whatever. It'll disorient a lot of people, but I don't know.
Any reaction is a good reaction.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. Yep.
But,
so. All right. Well,
everyone in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. I know it's been a long minute since we've been on.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Richard. And
yeah, I'm glad we got a couple more commitments for next year's summer party.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be here before we know it. So.
Yeah, I got to start But I don't know. I like Salvatore's. I'll go there again.
Oh yeah, no, I would again. I thought that was great. I had no
Yeah.
problem at all. I
What,
thought
what
it
did
was.
that hotel run a night? What were the rooms?
Well, that was because also Alex got us a discount on it.
A group discount?
Yeah, so I don't know. It might be different next year. It depends on.
Yeah, it was like $90 a night. At least that's what I paid.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty cheap, and that was one of those places. It's just like I'm coming here to sleep and take a shower.
Yeah.
Though a hotel bar would have been nice,
Yes, agreed.
but we could always kind of congregate in another room, someone's room if they want, and just shoot the shit. But then again, we were doing so much walking, we were all
I know. I was
exhausted.
like so wiped out anyway. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like I would have actually partied into the late hours. I doubt it, but
Yeah, but it was a good time for all. But anyway, again, everyone in the chat, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you. I don't want to guarantee next in a couple weeks, but
Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys later.
see ya.
Alrighty. Bye.